It's my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to the 8th session of research discussion on graphs and groups. May I now request Anu V, Assistant Professor, St. Peter's College, Kolanjeri, to introduce the speaker.
I am very happy to introduce our resource person, Dr. Hiranya Kishore De. He is a postdoctoral fellow at IIT Mumbai. He took his PhD from IIT Mumbai under the guidance of Professor Sivaramakrishnan. His main research area is combinatorics. There are more than 10 publications in various reputed journals in his credit. Today, he will give a talk on the connectivity of enhanced power graphs of finite groups. With this brief introduction, I invite Dr. Hiranya Kishore De to deliver the lecture. Over to Dr. Hiranya Kishore De. Sir, please.
So thank you for the warm introduction. And at first, I thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity of delivering a talk in this platform. So my topic today is on the connectivity of enhanced power graphs of finite groups. So let me start by remembering a mathematician, a graph theorist I have personally met, taken class, and also as a teaching assistant in one of his courses, Arvind Kumar Lal. So unfortunately, I passed away at 7th March 2021. So now let's start. So we just recall the definition of power graph and enhanced power graph. So for a group G, the power graph is a simple graph whose vertex it is G and two distinct vertices U and V are adjacent if and only if either U is a power of V or V is a power of U. And this is introduced by Keller-Evan-Quinn in 2000 in the context of semigroup theory. So let us now go to the definition of enhanced power graph. So the enhanced power for a group G, the enhanced power graph, which is denoted by GG, that is the group where two vertices U and V, they are adjacent if and only if there exists an element W such that U and V both are parts of W. So this is introduced by Alipur Akbari, Professor Cameron, Nikandish, Shavishi. So this 5-author paper in 2017. And so the natural question that comes very fast in mind for which groups this a power graph and enhanced power graph they are equal. So they proved that for a finite group G, these following conditions are equivalent, that the power graph of G is equal to the enhanced power graph if and only if every cyclic subgroup of G has prime power order. So in this talk, our focus is on the vertex connectivity. So let's just recall the definition of vertex connectivity. So for a graph gamma, where V is a set of vertices and E is a set of edges, the vertex connectivity, which generally is denoted by kappa of gamma, that is the minimum number of vertices which need to be removed from the vertex set, so that after removing the vertices, the induced graph on the remaining vertices, that is either disconnected or it should have only one vertex. So if you take the complete graph K, then vertex connectivity is clearly n-1 because you have to remove all the n-1. After removing n-1 vertices, you will have singleton. At any lesser stage, you will have a connected graph. And for the complete bipartite graph Kmn, so we should either need to remove all the m vertices in one side or all the n vertices in other side to make it disconnected. So this is clearly that this is minimum of Mn. So now let's come to the notion of dominating vertex. So vertex of a graph gamma is called a dominating vertex if it is adjacent to every other vertex. And for a graph gamma, let dom gamma, that denote the set of all dominating vertices in gamma. So clearly, if the identity vertex, so that is a dominating vertices for the power graph and the enhanced power graph of any finite group. So now this Cameron et al., Professor Cameron and et al., so they in 2017 asked about the connectivity of power graphs when all the dominating vertices are removed. So if there is any dominating vertex in a graph, then the connectivity is not an interesting thing because between any two vertex, we can go from one vertex to another via the dominating vertex. So now if you now omit the dominating vertices, then the connectivity is an interesting question. So Professor Cameron and Jaffery in 2020 has answered this question for power graphs. So now fix some notations that, so let PG be the power graph of the group G, and P star G, that is the power graph of the group G after removing only the identity vertex, and P double star G, that is after removing all the dominating vertices of PG. So if a group G, if the power means for a group G, PG, the power inside this P star G and P star star G. Now similarly, we define this GG, that is the enhanced power graph of the group G, and G star G, that is the enhanced power graph of the group G after removing the identity vertex, and G double star G, that is the enhanced power graph after removing all the dominating vertices of this GG. So in this talk, we are interested in the following questions: that for finite groups G, when is this P star G connected? Then we move to the question, when is this P double star G that is connected? After that, if we take general groups G, what is this kappa of PG? What is vertex connectivity of PG? Then we ask the analogous questions for the enhanced power graph, that when is G star G connected? When is G star star G connected? And what is this kappa of GG? And at the later part of this talk, we will consider another graph, namely the difference graph. So first we start with the power graphs of, so for a finite group G, so Cameron and Jafari proved that for a finite group G, they have actually characterized all the dominating vertices. So let G be a finite group, and if X is a dominating vertex, then X must be one of these, satisfy one of these four conditions. Then X is either identity, otherwise G is cyclic and X is a generator, otherwise G is a cyclic P group for some prime P and X is arbitrary, or G is a generalized quaternion group and X is of order 2. So if G is not among this any of the second, third and fourth, that is if G is not cyclic, neither cyclic, not a generalized quaternion group, so only when G is cyclic or a generalized quaternion group, then we have dominating vertices other than identity, and in those cases P star G not equal to P star star G, but and so so we have this P star G equal to these two graphs, P star G and P star star G, that coincide in apart from these two cases, these cyclic or generalized quaternion group. So now we first look at the cases. So these cases that when P star G is not equal to P star star G. So in these cases, P star G is of course connected, because apart from identity also there is dominating vertices. Now when G is a cyclic, so this is proved by Cameron and Jafari. So when G is a cyclic P group, so then PG is complete, and therefore this P star star G is empty. So nothing to check here. Now when G is cyclic but not a P group, so then the group P star star G, that is disconnected if and only if G is a group of order PQ, where PQ are distinct primes. So how does that follow? So suppose, we can just take an example here, means if we take a cyclic group of order, suppose 15, so 5 into 3. So then after removing the identity, that is 0, and the generators, that is the prime, so co-prime elements with 15. So then what remains? So it 3, 6, 9, 12 and 5, 10. So there exists a complete graph between the vertices 3, 6, 9, 12. That is a complete graph of size 5 minus 1 or 4, and a complete graph of size 2, that is 5, 10. So if G is cyclic group of order PQ, then one can convince himself that after removing the identity and the generators, there is only a disconnected graph consisting of a KP minus 1 and KQ minus 1 remains. And there is no edge between them, so it gets disconnected. Now if G is cyclic of order say n not equal to PQ, then what happens? So then we can see that any element A, if you take any element A, then it has some power which has prime order, say P1. Now if you take any two elements A and B, then A has some power A1 which has prime power, and B has some power. So P2 means A2, B1, which has say prime order, say P2. Now, as so now if you take this A1 and B1 of say whose order is suppose P1 and P2, then both A1 and B1 are adjacent to A1 B1. So by this we can get a path from A to A1 to A1 B1 from 2 B1 to B. So there, thus between any two elements say B, we have a path of length at most 4. And when G is the generalized quaternion group order 2 to the power n, after removing the identity and the involution, it is easy to see that a complete graph of order 2 to the power n minus 1 remains, and with that remains 2 to the power n minus 2 disjoint edges. So this takes care of all the cases when P star G is not equal to P star star G. So now we move to the cases when P star G is kind of equal to P star star G. And from this, so we ask, when is this P star only P star G? So for that, Cameron and Jafari proved that for any finite group G with cardinality of pi of ZG greater than equal to 2, this P star G is connected. So here pi of ZG is a set of all prime numbers P such that G has an element of order P. And so so how does that follow? So if you take any prime R belonging to that pi of ZG, so if R is not equal to P, then there is a path of, so as this R belongs to pi of ZG, that is the center. So there is the element, so there is a path between any element of order R and any central element of order P. And from this one can show that means it's clear that all the elements of prime order, so they are in single component, and therefore all the elements are in single component. So it is connected. So from this, it follows that if G is for finite abelian group, if it is a non-P group, then of course pi of ZG is greater than equal to 2. And so for any finite abelian non-P group, this directly settles the connectivity of P star G. And if G is a P group, so that's then for P group, this Moghadampour et al., so they prove that P star G is connected if and only if G is cyclic or generalized quaternion. So for finite abelian groups, this takes care of all the things. So now if we ask, okay, so what we are done if cardinality of pi of ZG greater than equal to 2, but what if pi of ZG is either 1 or 0? So in these cases, actually there are groups such that P star G is connected, and there are also groups such that this P star G are disconnected. So if you take, if you only even take on this SN, the symmetric group with n greater than equal to 3, then Farooqui and Dastavary, they prove that for n greater than equal to 3, in the cases such that neither n nor n minus 1 is prime, then this P star G is connected. And if n is such that either one of these n and n minus 1 is a prime, then this P star G is disconnected. And you can see that here that this cardinality of pi of ZG in both the cases is 0, means because there, apart from identity, there is no element in the center. So we now move on to the enhanced power graph. So the enhanced power graph of the group is complete if and only if G is cyclic. So there and we have proved that. So here we have a simple lemma that let G be a finite group and X, Y be two non-identity elements such that this order of X and order of Y are co-prime, and these two elements X and Y commute. So if it so happens, then X and Y are adjacent in the group G star G. So using this, we are able to prove the following, that for a finite non-cyclic abelian group G, this vertex connectivity of G is 1 if and only if G is a P group. So at first, if we assume that okay, G is a non-cyclic abelian P group, then the power graph and enhanced power graph, so it is a P group. So then already, so we know that the power graph and enhanced power graph are equal, and it's already known for that the power graph is G star G is disconnected. So we are okay. So in this case, we are done. So now we go to the direct part. Actually, even without this thing, we can do it, but there is an advantage of this proof. We understand this in the next slide. So for the direct part, so suppose G is a finite abelian group, which is not a P group. And let P1, P2 going up to Pk be the prime factors of the order of G. Now let us take any two elements AB belonging to G, such that order of A is P1 to the power R1, P2 to the power R2, Pk going up to Pk to the power Rk. And order of B is P1 to the power S1, P2 to the power S2 going up to Pk to the power Sk. So now we consider the following cases. So if there exists I and J with Ri not equal to 0 and Sj not equal to 0, so then what happens? Then this P1 to the power R1, P2 to the power R2 going up to, so we just ignore that Pi to the power Ri, the remaining thing. So this element is of order Pi to the power Ri. And this P1 to the power S1, P2 to the power S2 going up to Pk to the power Skb, this is of order Pj to the power Sj. So now if we just use this lemma, that GCD of order of x and order of y equal to 1 and xy equal to yx. So if we just use this lemma, then these two elements, this P1 to the power R1, P2 to the power R2 means on going up to A, and P1 to the power S1, P2 to the power S2 going up to Pj to the power Sjb. So these two elements are adjacent. And clearly A is adjacent to this because this is a multiple of A, and this is adjacent to B because this is a multiple of B. So always we have a path of length less than equal to 3 between two vertices, this A and B, except when the both order of A and order of B are power of the same prime PL. Now if order of A equal to suppose PL to the power RL and order of B equal to PL to the power SL, so now it is not a P group. So see, there exists an element of order Pi, suppose C. So now what we do, we can take by earlier, there is a path between A and C, and there is a edge between A and C, and also edge between C and B. So there is a path of length 2 between A and B. So for this is G star G is connected, and so kappa of G is greater than 1. So apart from showing the connectivity, what the proof shows is that in both the cases so if we take any two vertices A and B, so there exists a path of length less than equal to 3 between these two vertices. So the earlier proof tells that for any abelian group G, the diameter is less than equal to 3. So one can consider the question that classifying. So apart from the cyclic P groups, so if G is cyclic, so we know that this G, then GG is complete. But if G is non-cyclic, in that case, one can consider this question that classifying all abelian groups G such that the diameter of G star G is 3. There is only two options. It will be either 2 or 1. Either 2 or 3. So classifying one will just give the classification of another. So we now move. So Bera and Weir, so they prove that for a finite abelian group G, GG has a dominating vertex other than identity if and only G has a cyclic Sylow subgroup. So from this number of dominating vertices of GG, that is greater than 1 if and only if G is G1 cross Zn, where GCD of this cardinality of G1 of Nn is 1 and G1 has no cyclic Sylow subgroup. So in this case, we want to know what are the nominatable vertices of GEG. So actually, this has been considered earlier. So during Sudeep Bera's talk, so that Professor Cameron has told that the dominating vertices were earlier investigated in a technical report, and this can be found out in a paper called the non-cyclic group of a graph by Abdullah and Hassan Abadi. So, but while doing this problem, we did not know of it, and we were able to prove this independently that for a G1 a non-cyclic abelian group, such that G1 has no cyclic Sylow subgroup. if n belonging to n and GCD of cardinality of G1n is 1, then the dominating vertices exactly looks like this, that the first coordinate is identity and the second coordinate is any element of Zn. And using this, we are able to prove. So now we found out all the dominating vertices. So after finding out all the dominating vertices, it's easier to solve the thing that what if it remains connected after just taking out the dominating vertices. So we are able to prove that if G is a non-cyclic abelian non-P group, such that G is isomorphic to G1 cross Zn with GCD of cardinality of G1n equal to 1, and G1 has no cyclic Sylow subgroup, then this G star star G, that is disconnected if and only G1 is a P group. So now we come to some bounds for this vertex connectivity for power graphs. So there have been a lot of works for this bounds for this vertex connectivity of even cyclic graphs. So let Cn be the cyclic graph of order n. Suppose n equal to P1 to the power m1, P2 to the power m2, going up to Pr to the power mr. So this is the prime decomposition of the number n, where these mi's are positive integers and pi's are prime numbers, not non-equal prime numbers. So firstly, when there are n is the number of prime divisors of n is less than equal to 3. So this was completely characterized by Panda and Krishna in 2018. This was exactly done by Panda and Krishna in 2018 and Chattopadhyay, Patra and Shah in 2019. And after that, Chattopadhyay, Patra and Shah in 2019 in another paper determined the exact value of kappa of Pcn for some natural numbers n with as many prime divisor as you want, and give an upper bound for the other natural numbers. And they also determined the exact value of kappa of Pcn, where n is a product of distinct primes. That is, when all the mi's are exactly equal to 1. They very recently also determined the exact value for this vertex connectivity, where G is a nilpotent group of order n equal to P1 to the power m1, P2 to the power m2 going up to Pr to the power mr, and each Sylow subgroup is cyclic except one, means except pk for some k, each Sylow subgroup is cyclic. So if G is such an nilpotent group such that apart from one, each Sylow subgroup is cyclic, and that pk is not a generalized quaternion 2 group. So for these kind of groups, the Chattopadhyay, Patra and Shah were able to determine the exact value of vertex connectivity of PG. So in this work, we are able to determine, we consider the enhanced power graphs, and we are able to determine, so if G is a non-cyclic abelian non-P group, such that G is isomorphic to G1 cross Zn, and GCD of G1n equal to 1, and G1 is this non-cyclic P group, then this vertex connectivity of GEG is exactly n. So this actually followed from this theorem 14. Means if G1 is a P group, this G star star G is disconnected. So from this followed. And for remaining, so now we take a general non-cyclic abelian group G, which is isomorphic to Z P1 to the power T11 plus P1 to the power T12 going up to P1 to the power T1K1, then the next prime going up to Pr to the power Tr1, Pr to the power Tr2, Pr to the power Trkr. So take the prime, means write G like this. Then this vertex connectivity of GEG, that is less than equal to P1 to the power T11, P2 to the power T21, Pr to the power Tr1, minus phi of this P1 to the power T11, P2 to the power T21, Pr to the power Tr1. And therefore, we obviously, so if removing these many vertices make the enhanced power graph disconnected, then obviously removing these many vertices make the power graph disconnected. But we checked many example of many groups, and we found that this result is nowhere near to the best or tight, only except this G, if G is a non-cyclic abelian P group with the least coordinate with T11 equal to 1. Only in this case this is tight, and apart from that, it is mostly, means there is much scope of improvement in this theorem. So now we Okay, now we move to the number of components in the cases when this is disconnected. So if G is a finite abelian P group, so suppose G is ZP to the power T1, P to the cross ZP to the power T2, going up to ZP to the power TR. So then what is the number of components? So then the number of components of this is P to the power R minus 1 by P minus 1. And if G is an abelian group such that G is isomorphic to a P group cross Zn, where this R greater than equal to 2 and this GCD of Pn equal to 1, then also the number of component is P to the power R minus 1 by P minus 1. So as the number is similar, we thought of giving a bijective proof from coming to get theorem 18 from theorem 17. So the idea was straightforward. So by theorem 17, so the number of connected components is P to the power R minus 1 by P minus 1. So let C1, C2 going up to this P to the power R minus 1 by P minus 1. So they are the components of this. So you now define F, that F from C G star star G1 to C G star star G1 cross Zn, where this C G star star G with a set of connected components of the proper enhanced power graph G star star G. So if we define like this, then this if we define f of Ci, just take naturally to Ci cross Zn. But so if we from using this f, one can show that there is no path in between Ci cross Zn and Cj cross Zn if I and J are distinct. And using this, so then the proof will be complete that the number of components of this G1 cross Zn and the number of components of G1, where G1 is a P group, those are same. So now we move to the symmetric group. So for symmetric group, the enhanced power graph GSN, so that has no dominating vertices. So when n greater than equal to other than identity, and therefore for n greater than equal to 3, the graph G star Sn and G star star Sn coincide. So we are able to prove that for any group G, the graph P star G is connected if and only if the graph G star G is connected. And using this, so it follows that for positive integers n greater than equal to 3. So actually using this, we could also tell the case for finite abelian groups, that for finite abelian groups also we got that it is P star G is connected if and only if it is P group. So directly it would grip, but we gave that proof because that proof gave the bound of the diameter, that the diameter is strictly, means diameter is of course less than equal to 3. So here using this theorem that for positive integers n greater than equal to 3, this vertex connectivity of this enhanced power graph, that is 1, if and only if either n or n minus 1, one of these is prime. And let's now move to the enhanced power graph of alternating group. So for n greater than equal to 4, the enhanced, we are able to show that the enhanced power graph has no dominating vertices other than identity, and therefore this graph G star n and G star star n coincide. And using this and already known theorem of the connectivity of P star G, we are able to show that for positive integers n greater than equal to 7, this vertex connectivity of G n equal to 1, if and only if any one of these two is prime. So now we go to a graph, difference graph. So we can see that both this power graph and enhanced power graph are graphs on the same vertex at G. And all the edges, if it is a edge in power graph, it is of course an edge in enhanced power graph. The number of edges in enhanced power graphs may be much more. Now let this GG minus PG that denote the graph with G as the set of vertices, and two vertices A and B are adjacent if they are adjacent in the enhanced power graph, but they are not adjacent in the power graph. And we define the following graph that let G be a group, then the difference graph PG is defined to be the graph GG minus PG with isolated vertices removed. So this graph is defined in the survey of Professor Cameron. So one can just note that the vertex set of DG that may not be equal to G, because we are removing the isolated vertices. So there Professor Cameron so ask that for which finite groups G this DG is connected. So the question was proposed by Professor Cameron to Angshuman Das, and so we are able to prove that let G be a finite abelian group which is not a P group. Then this difference graph DG for, so if it is a P group, then there is nothing remains, because if it is a P group, then the enhanced power graph and the power graph is same. So if G is a finite abelian group which is not a P group, then DG is connected, and we are able to show that this diameter of DG is less than equal to 5. So here also one can think of a question like characterizing exactly all the cases when the diameter is exactly 2, 3, 4, or 5. And we are also able to show that if Dn is the dihedral group of order 2n, then if n equal to p to the power r, then this difference graph is an empty graph. And if n is not a prime power, then this difference graph is a connected graph. So we now just note some questions throughout the talk. So one thing is that, so find the necessary sufficient condition for this P star G to be connected for those groups G with when this cardinality of pi of Zg is 1 or pi of Zg is 0. Another thing is find the diameter of GG for all finite abelian groups G. So we know that this has to be less than equal to 3. Now if G is abelian, G is of course nilpotent. Now if we look at this following hierarchy of structure, that cyclic group is of course contained in abelian groups, that is contained in nilpotent groups, and that is contained in solvable groups. So can we say something about the vertex connectivity of the enhanced power graph of any general nilpotent group or solvable group? Then, so now, as I earlier said, that theorem 16, so this bound, we check that this bound should be much improved. There is a lot of scope of improvement in this bound. So can this bound in theorem 16 be improved? And what is the vertex connectivity of this P of Sn and G of Sn when neither n nor n minus 1 is prime? So if n or n minus 1 is prime, it is actually easy to tackle. Means it is, if we only take this piece, take the identity out, it becomes disconnected. But when neither n nor n minus 1 is prime, what is the vertex connectivity of this? So these are the references. So, and let me finish with remembering the great mathematician M.S. Narasimha, who passed away this Sunday. Thank you.
The forum is now open for discussion. Any questions or suggestions?
Sharina, that theorem 16.
Yes.
You said that the bound is not sharp.
Yes.
But
So,
do you have examples to show, convince us that the kappa is something given number, and then on the right side you have a huge number or something like that? Do you have some examples to illustrate?
yes. So, yes. So you can, means even, so we have an example. So if you take, suppose, so if you take Z3 cross Z3 cross Z5, so if you take 2 primes, so suppose you take P1 equal to 1, so Z3 cross Z3 cross Z5 cross Z5 cross Z7 cross Z11. So if we take that, then it comes from this result, it comes that is 3 into 5 into 7 minus 5 of 3 into 5 into 7, which is 105 minus 5 of 105, which is which comes around, means 77 something. But we actually found that this is, means for this graph Z3 cross Z3 cross Z5 cross Z5 cross Z7 cross Z11, the actual thing is 30. So it is even less than equal to half.
Oh, I see.
So means, so that actually, and there are a lot of examples. In many groups, this is even less than equal to half. So that, so I think, means this is our result, but I think there can be a lot of improvement in this result.
I think the partition of the exponents play a role here, or it is only a disconnecting set.
So
because you are taking partition T11, T12, etc., T1, K1.
Yes.
the sum is nothing but the exponent of the first prime.
Yes.
So you are sure about the, if you remove with respect to the first number,
Yes.
first, yeah, that gives you disconnecting set.
Yes.
Only thing, minimality you could not establish.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, that can be, that may, yeah, that may be the reason that actually it's not coming very good. Yes.
Yeah, because it is only disconnecting we happen to know somehow, but the minimality stands on some other fact.
Yeah, it may happen that the minimality depends on the next exponents, because this depends only on the first x means.
Do you have anything about the regularity of these classes of graphs?
No, sir.
Something degree or regularity or Eulerian?
No, sir. But yeah, Eulerian, these enhanced power graphs, this Eulerian that Shudip Bera and Vuya, they have done in an earlier paper. They characterize the groups for which the enhanced power graph is Eulerian. I exactly don't recall the result, but I think they have done. So they have characterized all the groups such that the enhanced power graph is Eulerian.
Now here that n greater than or equal to 7. The previous result says n greater than or equal to 4. So
yes, actually. So the thing is,
something's creating problem 5, 6 there.
No, the thing is actually there was an earlier result that for positive integers n greater than equal to 7, this connectivity of that power graph of n equal to 1, if and only if one of these two is prime. So from that and these two, using both these two now, so using means for holding this result, for this case we require both n greater than equal to 4, and for that result to hold, we required n greater than equal to 7. So
that's
why we required n greater
together. Okay, thanks.
You proved that for a non-cyclic abelian groups, kappa equal to 1 if and only if G is a P group.
For a non-cyclic abelian group, yes. Yes.
Likewise, can we characterize other groups for a particular kappa? Like suppose we have say kappa equal to R. Can we find or can we characterize the groups whose enhanced paragraph is this particular number R?
So you are asking, so you want to fix kappa to be equal to R.
Yes.
And then you want to ask, so if you fix kappa equal to R, then characterize all the abelian groups, all the groups such that this in the vertex connectivity is equal to R.
Yes, right.
Okay. So from this, So from this talk, one means only one thing is clear, that if we take G to be G1 cross, so suppose, so if you take G to be G1 cross R, where G1 is a P group and this P is not equal, so some P group where this P is not equal to R, then this kappa of G, in that case kappa of G will be exactly equal to R. Means I'm telling only one thing, that there are,
okay, it's then not a characterization, am I right?
Yeah, it's not at all a characterization. I'm just telling, yes, means, but yeah, that's a good question. Yes, that is a good question.
About the question of Professor Tamish about the result on the regularity of these graphs, I would like to say that in the case of the non-cyclic graphs, that is the complement of the enhanced power graphs, we have proved that with Hassan Abadi, that the group is regular if and only if the group is isomorphic to Q8 times Zn, for some n is odd, and Q8 is the quaternion group of order 8, or it is isomorphic to the P times Zn, for P is a finite non-cyclic group of prime exponent P, and M is an integer which is prime to M. So in the case of enhanced power graph, we know that when it is regular. Okay. So it is proved in a paper in 2005, I think. Let me see. In my paper with, the communications in algebra. No, 2007. Sorry. You may download it from my homepage.
Yes,
And also about the and the question, do you know something about the, have you computed, for example, finding estimation for the diameter of the enhanced power graph? Some example, for example, have you, my question is that you guess that there is a universal upper bound on the diameter of the components of this graph, or you think that it is unbounded?
Yeah, so yes, means if it is, so for finite abelian groups, the upper bound for the enhanced for the diameter of the G for the G star G, so that is less than equal to 3. And there we have examples where, means we are not able to characterize it completely, but we have examples where it is exactly 2 and where it is exactly 3.
Because in the case of a non-cyclic graph,
Yes.
we know that the diameter, I think it is less than or equal to 3, I think.
Okay.
If I am not right, if I am not wrong, yes, I think that it is less than or equal to 3 in the non-cyclic graph. Yes. Anyway, thank you.
Can I just make a quick comment? I'd just like to say thank you for that talk, and I'm very glad to see that you started looking at the difference graph, because there are many possible difference graphs. You've just taken the power graph and the enhanced power graph. There are many others, and I think there are many interesting things to be found there. So thank you for doing that, making a start on that job.
Okay. You discussed that in the case of G is isomorphic to G1 cross Zn, and GCD of order of G1 and Zn is equal to 1.
Yes.
Proper, I think, what's that? Proper enhanced power graph. Am I right? It is disconnected if and only if G1 is a P group.
Yes.
Yes, and also you have a result that its kappa of enhanced power graph is n.
Yes.
What about the deleted enhanced power graph? You have results for proper enhanced power graph and enhanced power graph.
Yes.
What about deleted enhanced power graph?
So so at first in these results, so for finite, so let's go to, so in this case, okay, for theorem, in this theorem 10, so in this theorem at first we characterized when these G's, so this kappa of G is 1, so that is actually, we are, by this theorem, though it is written in slightly differently, so here it is characterized when the deleted enhanced power graph is connected. And so only if in the case when G is P group, then the deleted enhanced power graph is disconnected, and except that in any other cases, this deleted enhanced power graph is connected. And after that, we move to the proper, means that G double star G.
May I now request Dr. Jeebamol J. Palathingil to propose the vote of thanks.
Just 1 second. I repeat that the participants should also be presenting some of their problems or some proposals for further discussion. So June 9th is the day that we are fixed, because we have still slot is complete for all other weeks. We have very exciting speakers from abroad, and Professor Arvind of Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Chennai. So June 9th is the day for discussing comments and problems posed by the participants. So the more you are active, the more beneficial that is going to be for your choosing your research problems or something. Okay, now over to Shivamma.
Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
A very good evening to all. As we have come to the end of 8th session of RDGT, and we had a very useful session by Dr. Hiranyakishore Dey on the topic, the connectivity of enhanced power graph of finite groups. I hope this session was really helpful for the young researchers as you started from the beginning. On behalf of all the participants, I thank Dr. Hiranyakishore for his thought-provoking session. Thank you, sir. I also extend my sincere thanks to all the participants and the QuizArt team, especially Dr. Vijay Kumar sir and Dr. Aparna Lakshmi. Once again, thanking you all. Let me conclude.
With that, we come to the end of day 8. As Professor Ambat Vijay Kumar had already mentioned, we are ready with the schedule of June 2021, which we will be sharing soon. And June 9th is reserved for the participants to present their ideas and views. A detailed mail will be sent to each and every one of you. The next session will be on 26th May by Professor Angusuman Das. The topic will be co-maximal subgroup graph of a group. So see you all then. Thank you for joining.